Okay, let's dive in. Have you ever had that feeling, where you're pouring absolutely everything into some huge dream, pushing like crazy,
Hmm.
but instead of feeling like you're getting somewhere, it feels like things are, I don't know, kind of falling apart?
Oh, definitely. That tension is real, and that's exactly what we're digging into today, looking at these excerpts from a YouTube video, AK Balance.
Yeah, this source, it feels really raw, doesn't it? Like you're reading someone's private thoughts or
Hmm.
maybe lyrics straight from the notebook.
Totally. It just lays out the messy reality of striving for something big, the sheer effort, the setbacks.
And this constant search for balance and all that chaos.
Exactly. That seems to be the core of it.
So our mission today isn't just to read it. We want to pull out the key insights, like what does it really feel like behind the scenes?
What's that hidden pressure cooker like? How do you stay, you through it all?
And why is balance more than just like a nice idea? Why is it presented as this fundamental fight?
Well, the source kicks off by kind of challenging a common idea, right? It's a, look, big dreamers don't get Kofi. At least that's what everybody told me.
Right, like there's this myth that if you're dreaming big, you just float above all the messy stuff.
Yeah, that you don't get caught up, maybe. But then, bam, the next lines hit you with the internal reality.
All that's in my mind. But what they don't see, I've been locked in trying, still is incomplete. That contrast is immediate.
It is what people see versus what's actually going on inside. You're locked in, pouring everything in, but it's still not finished, still not enough.
Sets up that tension perfectly. The outside might look smooth, but inside, it's intense focus. It's struggle.
And it's not just random pressure, it feels specific. They've been counting on me, know I'm bound to do it. There's this weight of expectation.
Like it's destiny or something. A path you have to follow.
Uh-huh. But while carrying all that, while being locked in trying, the feeling is, well, it's stark.
Yeah. I feel like everything is crashing down to ruins. That phrase just lands. It's not a small problem.
No, it's like the whole foundation is shaking, and right after that, what's the plea?
I just need balance. Not give me balance. Keep balance. It's repeated like an urgent mantra.
Not just, I want balance, but I need it. It sounds like the only thing that can stop the crashing.
So it seems like balance is positioned as the critical thing that's missing when that feeling of ruin takes over.
Right. Without it, the whole pursuit feels like it's going to collapse. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Despite that feeling, the drive doesn't stop. I've been up all night. The foot is still up on the gas.
Okay, wait. Foot on the gas, full speed ahead, while simultaneously feeling like everything is crashing down around you. That's, wow.
That's the paradox, isn't it? You might even be moving forward, maybe faster than others, foot up on the gas when they all get in pass.
But inside, it's just pure instability.
Yeah.
A desperate scramble to find some equilibrium again.
And the source doesn't sugarcoat how bad it can get. It says, life is getting bad. I was really on my ass.
Yeah, that sounds like hitting rock bottom. Not just a bad day, but fundamentally struggling.
Exactly. And look where that leads. This is crucial. I forgot who I am. I was playing life timid.
Oof. That's a huge insight. The pressure, the setbacks, they can actually make you lose touch with yourself.
Make you operate from fear, timid, instead of your actual strength or potential.
Right. And that line, playing in the sand, then every wave got to crash and it's probably me, I win it. What do you make of that?
It feels like maybe feeling overwhelmed by things hitting you, but also maybe taking responsibility, like maybe I'm the reason it keeps crashing. Self-sabotage, perhaps.
Could be. Acknowledging your own part in the struggle. That takes some honesty.
It does, but then there's this turning point, a real shift in mindset.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Now I see I'm blessed. It was only a test. Took a while, but I passed. See, it's not just getting through it.
It's reframing it. Seeing the struggle not as failure, but as a necessary test. Something you were meant to overcome.
And did overcome. Took a while, but I passed. That reframing seems key to resilience.
And it seems to lead back to reclaiming identity, right?
Exactly. I'm actually different, and then this commitment. Give it everything I have, and I keep it authentic.
Authenticity isn't just a buzzword here. It feels like finding yourself again after being lost or timid.
Right. And it ties into purpose. Don't need motivation because you know your purpose.
So when you reconnect with that core why and who, the need for external hype kind of fades. Your own conviction drives you.
Seems like it. And there's practical advice, too. Sometimes it's okay to go back to the basics. It's better than lying around stuck in your ways.
That makes sense. When things get too complex, too overwhelming, just simplify. Focus on the simple steps forward.
Keep moving. Because if you ain't moving, then you're bound to just stay. Stagnation is the enemy here.
And if that movement makes you feel like an outcast in the rat race,
The source suggests that might actually be a good sign. If you're actually different, the normal race isn't your path anyway.
so feeling like an outcast could mean you're finally on the right track for you. You're not meant to just conform or stay.
You're meant to bounce back, but on your own terms.
And there's this real encouragement in there, too, like a voice saying, trust you, and you'll see the other side. You are a warrior dog. I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah, directed inward, maybe? Or to others on a similar path. It's acknowledging the inner strength needed. You gotta trust yourself to handle it.
That inner warrior has to believe they can get through.
Definitely. But the source also keeps an eye on the prize. Don't stop till you see profits.
Okay, so it grounds all this internal struggle in some kind of tangible result. The profits, whatever they stand for, validate the effort, the authenticity.
But that focus, that drive towards the outcome, leads to a pretty sobering thought about the cost.
Right. It says giving all is just a part of everything is going to take. No ambiguity there. Total commitment is required.
And then that line hits. Use wise what you want, because ain't none of you gonna be safe.
Whoa. Okay. Ain't none of you going to be safe. That's intense.
It really is. It just directly confronts any idea that this path comes with a safety net.
The insight seems to be that the kind of commitment needed, the giving all, automatically means you're taking huge risks. Safety isn't part of the deal.
Maybe not even possible on this kind of journey.
So let's recap this journey mapped out in the source. You start with this big dream, this drive, maybe pushing against what others say.
Then you hit those walls, the crashing down moments that really shake your sense of self.
Right. You forget who you are, play it timid. But then you find resilience by changing your perspective.
Seeing the struggles as tests you passed, which helps you reconnect with who you actually are, your authentic self, your purpose.
And that becomes the anchor. You keep pushing, sometimes just focusing on the basics, just moving forward.
You embrace being maybe an outcast because you trust your unique path, your inner warrior.
Exactly. It's this cycle. Ambition, struggle, reframing, reconnecting, relentless pushing.
And yet, through almost all of it, especially when things feel most intense,
There's that constant, almost desperate need for balance.
it's the thread running through the chaos. It's what's needed when everything feels like it's about to collapse.
Less like finding a comfy middle ground, more like fighting to stay standing in a hurricane, maybe.
That feels right. A constant adjustment, a fight for stability.
Which circles us right back to that final, really unsettling part.
Giving all is just a part of everything it's going to take, because ain't none of you going to be safe.
So the source tells us this path demands everything. And safety. Forget about it. But it also screams for balance to even survive it.
Which leaves us with a really tough question, doesn't it? Based purely on this source.
Yeah. What does giving all truly mean in practice? And how on earth do you reconcile that kind of total sacrifice and the fact that you won't be safe with that absolute vital need for balance?
Can you actually give everything, risk everything, and still find the equilibrium you need just to keep going? Is that even possible?